Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Dulbujak and the topic of my project is Microplastics in the Human Body, Detection using Nozodes and Analysis of the Effectiveness of the AquaShield Ecological Filter. Microplastics are an invisible problem that has already become part of our everyday life. Today, in Ukraine, research methods for the content of microplastics in the human body have not yet been fully studied. You can see purpose and the relevance of our research. We have set ourselves the following tasks. There are several ways in which microplastics enter ecosystems. Soil. Ecosystems are contaminated with microplastic through the application of sewage sludge, the use of organic fertilizers, agrofiber, and irrigation with contaminated water. Atmospheric, small particles can rise into the air and be carried by the wind, settling even in remote and sparsely populated regions. And aquatic. Particles enter water bodies with wastewater. Microplastics can enter the human body in several ways. This can be through the gastrointestinal tract with food or enter the lungs through the air. The presence of microplastics in the body can cause inflammation, oxidative stress, hormonal disruptions. Some types can affect the endocrine system and also have a potential impact on immunity. To detect microplastics, we used electronic nozodes of exogenous and endogenous types. There are two types of nozodes. Biological. These are preparations created from real biological materials that has undergone multiply dilutions. And electronic. These are digital or electronic analogs of biological nozodes. Biological and electronic nozodes are divided into two main types. Exogenous nozodes are made from materials of external origin, and endogenous nozodes are obtained from materials of internal origin. They can be used to detect many microorganisms and toxins, for example, bisphenol A, radiation levels, bacteria such as Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, tuberculosis, viruses, chronic infections, and else. An alternative method for detecting microplastics in the human body is manual muscle testing using nozodes. During studies related to microplastics, manual muscle testing is used to assess the body's response to bisphenol A, which is potentially contained in microplastics. Currently, there is no laboratory in Ukraine that performs research on the content of microplastics in the human body. Therefore, manual muscle testing using nozodes is an alternative method for detecting microplastics. 30 patients were tested using the manual muscle testing technique using electronic nozodes. For the study, ready-made exogenous nozodes containing bisphenol A were used to see if there were microplastic particles in the body. Then, using endogenous nozodes, it was possible to understand in which organs there was an accumulation of microplastics. The results of the study show that the microplastics were not detected in 4 patients. The rest were detected and treatment with wormwood was prescribed. There are several ways to remove microplastics from the body. Scientists recommend intermittent fasting, namely 18 hours a day. The use of herbal remedies containing sulfur-containing compounds is also quite popular. The most popular drug is wormwood. The dose and the period of use are established during manual muscle testing because the course of treatment is individual. In addition to wormwood, in mild conditions, doctors recommend using white or activated charcoal. To find out if microplastics contained in drinking water, we monitored 6 samples of drinking water for the content of microplastics in each season. According to the monitoring results, the highest content of microplastics in water sources is observed in the monastery spring Klasztor and the lowest in bottled water. It is worth noting that the indicators are not constant and fluctuate depending on the season. The highest content of microplastics was detected in spring and summer, which is associated with active human activity and emissions of plastic waste into water bodies. As a solution to the problem for people living in the areas where we took drinking water samples for research, we produced a 3-section ecological filter AquaShield, which allows you to purify water from various substances, including microplastics. Flasks with built-in membranes, white sand, activated carbon, and shungite were used. Sand removes large particles such as slate, rust, has a detrimental effect on parasites, removes iron, manganese, aluminium solutions from water, inhibits bacteria and viruses. Activated carbon purifies water by absorption, capturing organic impurities, harmful salt compounds, chlorine compounds, heavy metals, microplastic particles. Since activated carbon absorbs useful and harmful impurities, we decided to install an additional filter with Shungite. When in contact with water, it releases useful materials and also contains fullerenes, unique carbon molecules that have antioxidant properties. As can be seen from the results of the study, the number of microplastic particles is significantly reduced after filtration by approximately 18%. To check the quality of drinking water, we conducted a full analysis of drinking water from a well in the village of Porsche before and after purification with a 3-section filter, so we sent the water for analysis to the Kolomyia water utility. Now you can view the results of the study of drinking water quality before and after purification with a 3-section AquaShield filter. The results show that such a 3-section filter reduces water turbidity, dry residue, purifies it from nitrates, chlorides, sulfates, and reduces water hardness by half. Based on the results of the study, we made the following conclusions.